We see a lot of important people coming and going around here. Even though I should be used to it by now, I can't help feeling nervous. I went better than any of us could have hoped for. You have my gratitude for your part in the proceedings, but we both know who the real hero of the day was. This was all Ehrenwald's idea, and it was his words that finally won over the naysayers. Now that we have the community leaders on our side, we should have a much easier time convincing the rest of the citizenry. Of course, holding the ceremony is by no means our final objective. No matter what we say, some will refuse to attend. It is my hope, however, that it will still serve to provide a measure of closure for us all, and to ease the plight of the vulnerable and ostracized. Speaking of which, you will recall the incident with Fordola and Alagana. The young girl she saved and her mother wished to thank her personally. Considering what happened last time, though, I have reservations. It would be a valuable opportunity to present a former skull in a more positive light. On the other hand, I don't need to tell you how unpredictable she can be. That's before taking her echo into consideration. But that's a conversation for another day. Go and get some rest. You've earned it. Trail of Skulls. Okay. Something terrible has happened. It's Fordola. She's escaped. I don't think she escaped. She will come back. She was accompanying a squadron, but out on a training exercise. One moment she was there, and the next she was gone. I didn't think much of it at the time, but she's been acting strangely ever since she went to meet that mother and child. You know, the ones who wanted to thank her for saving the girl's life. When I told Commander Alden about it, he went charging off to Alagana to ask them if they had any idea where Fordola might be. I thought about going after him, but when I heard you were headed this way, I reckoned it'd be better to send you instead. Godspeed, Laverne. Yeah, that sounds like the better idea. You are way... You're good, but I think your job as an NPC is to stand exactly there and give me the information I need, sadly. That is the fate of the NPC. The unnamed NPC, even. Gods be good. What is she thinking? I know you. You're friends with the brave lady, aren't you? Yes. Have we done something wrong? No. It's just complicated. Laverne, I wasn't expecting to see you here. You've heard what happened, then? Just as Fordola was beginning to earn our trust, she's given us the slip. As you may know, she wears a choker that is designed to do exactly that if its enchantment is triggered. It's supposed to prevent her from escaping. If I were to give the order, she would be dead within moments. And she knows that. She took the risk anyway, so I have to believe she has a good reason. That's what we're looking into now. We were hoping Clarel and the young Lily here could shed some light on the matter. We'd like to ask you about your conversation with Fordola, if we may. Yes, of course. I know she's the butcher, or was at least, but it didn't seem right to go without thanking her. That's why I requested the meeting, to express my gratitude, and my apologies. She was quiet at first, just stood there as we spoke, as if she weren't even listening. Then I mentioned the blasphemy, and she looked at Lily, and all of a sudden clutched her own head and cried out in agony. The echo. Can you remember what you were thinking about at that time? A man. The one I saw in the city. What? Who? Did he have something to do with all those people panicking? I think he did. When I was waiting for you, I saw him. He was by himself. He looked poorly, so I asked if he was alright, and he said yes. He had a nice smile. He got up and started walking, but then... he was shouting and screaming. I was so frightened I didn't want to talk about it, not even to Mom. I should have said something sooner. I'm sorry, Puppet. It is my fault for leaving you on your own. The man who turned into a blasphemy, I'd wager. The girl saw him, which means Fondola has now seen him too. Was one other thing. When Fondola was having her funny turn, she said something... Charlie? No, Charlie, I think. Yes, yeah, that was it. Ring any bells? Can't say it does, but if he has anything to do with the Skulls, the Silver Griffin should have some information on him. We'd best have a word with Ragnfrid then. You've both been very helpful. I'd also like to thank you for being so kind to Fondola. She may not have said it, but I'm sure it meant a lot to her. I have a couple more things I'd like to ask, so I'll catch up with you later. Fondola may well be everything people say she is, or worse, but she did us a good turn that day. I'll never forget it. Where did the brave lady go? Whatever she's dealing with, she needn't face it alone. I wish I could have told her that, even though I know she probably wouldn't have listened. No, she's not into that. She do not listen. Headstrong, thoughts empty. I have a feeling this chalet and Fondola are connected in some way. Chalet, you say? Yes, that name came up during our recent investigations. As I recall, he served under the Viceroy during the occupation, and his whereabouts is currently unknown. Had an older brother named Ansfrid, one of the Crania Lupi, which would give him a connection to Fondola. Is there anyone who can tell us more about him? Yes, an uncle who we recently helped find employment here in Alagana. He's actually the one who asked us to look for Chalet. You'll most likely find him working at the Sleeping Stones. As it happens, I was planning to bring him something to eat. I'll join you there shortly. Sounds good. You might think a quarry is no place for a man of advanced years, and perhaps you'd be right, but hard times are the only times we've known, even before the occupation, and I doubt that will change much within my lifetime. Yeah. There's Robon. Perhaps we should have asked what he looks like. I'm sure we will find him soon. Still looking, eh? That's him over there. I hope we are not interrupting. No, of course not. It's good to see you, Ragnfrit. My word, the bull of Alamigo and the champion of the Alliance. What brings such esteemed guests to our humble, quarry? At ease, my good fellow. We merely wish to ask you about your nephew. Charlotte, you've found him? Well, exactly. No luck yet, then. Is there anything else you can tell us? More about his childhood, perhaps? Wasn't much of one, I'm afraid. Poor boy's life was ruined long before he had any say in the matter. His parents and I swore allegiance to Garlemald to secure ourselves and our kin citizenship. For all the good it did us here, living amongst our countrymen who treated us as pariahs. Took its toll on him and his brother to be spat on as traitors by association. One thing led to another, and Ansfrid, together with most of his friends, joined the Imperial Army. That's how it all started, you know. The Crani Lupi, guys as loyal little pups. We remember the names of these friends. Yes, they had quite a reputation growing up. There was Emmeline, Rudolph, and the angry little girl would grow up to become the butcher herself for Dola. Dola was part of their group too, yes, but from what we have heard, he chose not to become a soldier. Wouldn't have lasted a day in training. He knew that better than anyone. Of course, not that it helped him to feel any less guilty for turning his back on the others. He blamed himself for the deaths, for not stopping them when he had the chance, for not being strong enough to fight by their side. Maybe save them, maybe not, but he wasn't there, and he wished he had been. Then one day, he was gone. Wherever he is, I hope he's safe and well. So do we. Thank you. Information you've shared should prove useful. And for you, I've brought some food. Don't you call it a day and go and enjoy it with your family. Let him have the peace for now. Back to Alagana. Okay. I could teleport back, but, you know. The flight back isn't too bad. Into the sunrise? Sunset. Once we know for certain what has become of Charlotte, we'll have to tell his uncle. Yeah, that will be a discussion. A little girl's worried about Fordola. As for the mother, well, it's complicated. Understandably, really. So, not only was his brother a member of the Skulls, but Charlotte himself was a childhood friend of Fordola's. I told her he refused the support of the Silver Griffins as well. He's been trying to make his own way for some time now. His brother and his friends died at Specula and Paratoris. Save for Fordola, the gods only know how he felt about her after that. Or how Fordola felt about Charlotte after seeing Lily's memory of him transforming into a blasphemy, but of a man she killed and a childhood friend besides. She thinks she's responsible for this. That's why she ran, to kill the beast. I thought I'd say this, but I'm worried about her. Fordola is a survivor and an outcast herself, exactly the sort of person the Silver Griffins are trying to support. You've seen for yourself the sacrifices she's willing to make, and if you can learn to feel sympathy for her, maybe others can too. I think we have enough information for the time being. Let's return to the city and plan our next move. As the saying goes, history is written by the victor, and I'll wager those who swore loyalty to Garlemald never thought they'd find themselves on the losing side. But they did, and they paid the price. Maybe not enough for some. We've got to draw a line somewhere. First, to some, Fordola is a monster worse than any blasphemy, but I've seen enough working with the Silver Griffins to realize it's never that simple. I want to believe there's hope for her. There's hope for us all. It would be quite a blow for us to lose a warrior of Fordola's caliber. I hope we can find her before she does anything stupid. He already has. By running away. I've assigned a few of my soldiers to assist the Silver Griffins in investigating Charlotte's background. With luck, we'll find him quickly, and then we can prepare for what must come after. We're all but certain Charlotte's the one who transformed into a blasphemy, and so there's naught to be done but put him out of his misery. As for Fordola, I put Menago and her troops in charge of tracking her. Once they've found her, they have my permission to lend whatever support they deem necessary. If it comes to it, I may ask you to join the search. Until such time, I ask that you take this opportunity to rest. But what if I don't want to rest? The gift of mercy. Thank goodness you're here. Commander Alden needs to see you right away. Follow me. Okay, chill out. Could have called. You have my number. Keep it contained until I arrive, but do not engage if you can help it. Understood? That was Menago. Her unit has found Fordola, or rather, she has found them. In fact, I have Fordola on the search party's link pearl. She wants a word with you. This is urgent, so be quiet and listen. The blasphemy, my friend, is right in front of us. I tracked him down, and when he spotted me, he started heading towards Specula Imperatoris. Look, Laverne, I need your help. Charles not. He never wanted to hurt anyone, but this thing he's become is... I can't leave him like this. I've got to stop him, whatever it takes. I'm gonna keep it simple here. I'm on my way. Giving her any orders is not going to help anyway. She's not gonna listen. So, I'm on my way. I owe you. This is Menago. Can you hear me? We've got the blasphemy altar. Yeah. It's on the move. Get ahead of it, but maintain distance. We need to... Fordola! What are you doing, Fordola? Fordola! Again, she's not listening. There's no time to waste. They need your help. Our help. Same thing. Ruggles be it. Once she's got her mind set, there's no stopping her. She's convinced herself she's responsible for this mess, that she created the blasphemy single-handedly. Well, I ask that you see she makes it out of this alive. She's come so far, and I don't want to lose her. Noted. Radiata and Alagiri are not that far from Specula Imperatoris. If we let the blasphemy slip through our fingers, it doesn't bear thinking about it. And while Fadola is determined to slay it by her own hand, we can't allow her recklessness to put the lives of others in jeopardy. The time has come for action. Are you ready? Yeah, let's go. Hold the line for as long as you can. Commander Alden and the Warrior of Light will be here any moment. Stay strong. Just kicking his shins. You've done well. Leave the rest to us. Yes, sir. Get the injured to safety. Coward. Coward. Traitor to them, to everyone. I wish there was another way. So do I, but fighting's the only thing I'm any good at. Makes me wonder how I ended up with such a clever brother. Too clever for my own good, maybe. Just the thought of going into battle, just getting hurt, but having to hurt other people. He's a bleeding harder, Charlotte. Sooner befriend a fly than shoo it away, much less kill it. I could kill it if I wanted. I could. But you don't, and there's no shame in that. Leave the soldiering to us, Charlotte. We'll show the Guardians what we are capable of. Give the power and the respect we deserve, and then things will change. They will. You'll see. We found a place for ourselves, and you will find yours soon enough. Alright, that will do. Everyone who's enlisted, meet back here tomorrow. In the end, what good did I do? They gave everything they had to give, while I hid like a rat waiting for the storm to pass. Cowards. Cowards. Cowards! And shouting. See? That's it. Coward. Cowards. Better that, but better forgotten. It's not your fault, Charlotte. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong, and I am the coward, the traitor, the butcher. I'll always be the butcher. You don't get to end it. You don't get to give up. I won't let you. You have a lifetime to make amends and atone, to become something more than you were. But if you die here, you are everything they say, everything you believe. Is that what you want? She's not going anywhere. Irma, why are you here? There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I can't fight by your side, but I can still cheer you on. I've seen your past, Charlotte, how you were left behind while your friends rushed into battle. It's really hard, isn't it, wanting to do something so desperately with every fiber of your being, knowing that you should be able to, you should, but you can't. So you found another way to support them, your way. You did that too, didn't you? You were there for them, even if you, it didn't feel like it, but you were, Charlotte. You were. And as a friend of mine once said, not all heroes are forged in the fires of battle. The history of Alamigo is written in blood. While we cannot change the past, we can change the future. And for that, we must all play our part. All of us. You too, Fordola. Ansford, Emerald, one day we'll be together again, but not yet. You had never hurt anyone, Charlotte. That's not who you are. You'll be remembered as the kind soul you always were. I'm counting on you.
As one!
Die! Light the spectred ether? Keep away from it. Alright. Easy enough. Really? Alright, that's better. I misclicked there for a second. The lightning is sapping Fordola's strength. Alright, that's soon enough for you. And the refresh. watch yourselves. Yeah. I was close on the last one.
Show them what we're made of!
That's a bit annoying, I just realized. Oh, hey there. He's actually using arm's length as well. I love it.
Die!
Also, I wish that, you know... Oh, it does work, a size. Okay, that's good. I'll end your suffering.
Tizona!
Who or what is Tisoda?
Try this!
Alright. Tisona. Interesting. Huh. So, while the game is loading, it takes a little bit today, sorry. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I mean it. I've been looking everywhere for you. Have you now? Not over yet. We've put down the last remaining beasts spawned by the blasphemy. It's a pity we could do naught for those who'd turned, but that we were able to prevent further casualties is nothing short of a miracle. Astonishing too, looking back at Charlotte's case. Although his existence spurred others to transform, he never attacked any settlements or travelers, even when he underwent the change in the middle of a crowded street. Those who were present escaped with minor injuries at worst. I think that deep down, his compassion is what kept the raging blasphemy at bay. The only time he emerged from hiding was to journey to the place where his brother died. Aye, it's clear he still retains some semblance of his former self. Another victim of the Empire's terrible legacy, along with his friends and so many others. The Krenai Lupai wasn't the creation of the Imperials alone. Many of those youths sought a place with them because they were denied one with us. That's why the memorial ceremony is so important. It's our chance to face our past together, to give them in death what we couldn't in life, to not deny anyone a place in memory, even if it hurts or makes us feel ashamed. You'll be attending, you'll be attending, won't you? I've been ordered to, so I suppose not. In light of your leal service to Alamigo, I intend to have the conditions by which you're bound eased. Providing I'm able to obtain approval, you'll be granted a degree of freedom. At the very least, we should soon have no need for that choker. There'll be no objections from me. You've done well. If I didn't know better, I think you were smiling. Well, everyone couldn't be happier her efforts are being recognized. It gives me that much more motivation to continue my work with the Silver Griffins and bring the people of Alamigo closer together. Got to do my best to keep up with the certain little lordling, eh? I think we've done enough for one day. Time to get some rest. Anyone else around here? No. Okay. Allow me, as both the Guardian of Alamigo and as your sworn comrade, to express my thanks for coming to our aid in these desperate times. No matter what manner of disaster may befall us, your presence alone is enough to keep the flame of hope burning bright. I, even someone on the very precipice of despair such as Fordola, can find salvation in your guiding light. Laying it on a bit thick, aren't you? Heavens forbid people would stop throwing themselves in harm's way at every opportunity. You're something of an immortal flame yourself. I've gotta go with the first one. Am I? Huh. Both Menago and Arenvald said much the same thing. Must be getting soft in my old age. In any case, it's safe to say we've all benefited enormously from your sterling work here. You couldn't ask for a better healer or a better friend. Our ambassador in the Razathan will be relieved to learn of of our successes here. If you happen to cross paths, give him my regards, would you? I shall. Alright. While we are making our way back to Razathan, let me quickly tell you about Tisona, which the sword that Rauban mentioned. Tisona is the name of one of the swords carried by Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar, El Cid, or named El Cid. According to the Cantar de Mio Cid, the name of the second sword of El Cid is Colada. The sword identified as Tisona was given by Ferdinand II of Aragon to Pedro de Peralta, Count of Santisteban de Lerlen in circa 1470. So the name has some real-world inspiration. And it seems to be quite an important sword. It does also appear in Terraria. It is also a weapon that appears in Final Fantasy XI. It is a mythic weapon, apparently. The sword wielded by Balran is in his younger days. While on his travels, it was stripped of him after suffering the only defeat of his life at the hands of a certain mercenary. He later rose up anew, mustering the bravery to again challenge his newfound rival, this time achieving victory and reclaiming the blade. Afterwards, the mercenary and Balran came to share a lasting friendship until the end of their days. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Balran, that character, is actually the inspiration for Rauban in 14. Well, I might be wrong. Cool. Alright. Let's finish up this quest and then go to the next one. We only have 2 quest lines left here. We've heard you've been doing a lot of good work in Alamigo and in Noda. Still, who better to tell the tale than the hero of the hour? Greetings, how goes it in Alamigo? Eliminating blasphemies, helping organize a memorial ceremony. They've certainly kept you busy. A fine example of going above and beyond the call of duty. I'll be sure to send word of your exploits to Ul'dah. Wait till the Sultana hears about this. Your Grace will not be the only one to welcome this news. On behalf of the Grand Company of Eorzea and our allies, allow me to express my most heartfelt gratitude. Alright. That shall be it. We are done with the healer role quest in Endwalker, and we will continue in Doma, which I'm not sure if it is ranged or caster, but we shall see in a moment. Bye bye.